Welcome back, everyone, to the Ghost 4v4 Search and Destroy only for September 12th. It's myself, Landon Lando Sanders, guiding you guys through the tournament. As we're currently hopping into our first quarterfinals matchup taking place between ABC123 and GoldBlood. Of course, very interesting team names to start things off. Of course, you've probably heard the name of the GoldBlood lineup in the past. As we're currently taking a look with Teddy, Rex, and Co. A lot of known players, whether it's been online or professional level players in the lobby currently. As Forma will find a nice nade onto Skillosis, as it will now be a 1-on-2. 1-on-3 total clutch, an ace in the round. Forma, can he make it happen? Pre-firing onto A, but nothing home, and immediately going for the plant is Teddy Rex. Of course, realizing that shot goes forward, and immediately goes for the plant afterwards, so smart play there. And we'll see how the Optic Formal will go for the retake. Gonna spot one player from behind on potentially this dumpster, and it looks like he is pre-aiming over toward top 3 inside of red. Not going to be anyone home. Might find a kill for his troubles, but can't find that one. Teddy Rex will be there for the cleanup, so the ace, the clutch, not going to come in there from Mr. Matthew Piper. Teddy Rex will clean that one up. I believe we were watching some streams, actually, before this match and taking a look at seeing how the teams have been doing. I think Teddy Rex in map 1 of his prior series ended up going 12-0. So he's definitely feeling pretty confident. Of course, Teddy Rex, Tarzan, Ramby, Skill, all those guys are very, very well known when it comes down to online play. And have been dipping their foot, kind of, it's fair to say, in the competitive scene as well. And I know I've seen Teddy kind of been bringing that up as of recently. I think he ended up trying to play for Merkin, I want to say, toward one of the ending titles. So, been trying to get in that competitive scene, as a lot of the known as S&D stars have. Very excited to see how that progression can be made. Looking at Ramby right now. Does have that Remington in hand, watching that far right side of white. And not spotting anything as of yet. Of course, his team on defense, switching over to the offensive team is Aquanic. For GoldBlood, finds one on Teddy Rex. So it's left up to him and Twerk. As Twerk is going to spot one, Aquanic has one just toward his right. So back-to-back 1v1s, and Tarzan finds that one through the train. I wish I could have seen that one actually from his perspective. Beautiful shot coming in. Not an easy one to hit by any means. And Twerk receiving some shots from behind. Will find one on top 3, but tries to get out of here, tries to get a dodge. And he might make this one happen, does Twerk, but no, Ramby will be there with the pistol, as it will be back-to-back rounds now for the side of ABC. 1, 2, 3. Great team name. Probably one of my favorite teams I've seen in a while. A lot of creativity, you know. Maybe it's known to Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5. Not sure. Boo. 4-0 for Ramby. He's feeling good. He's feeling confident. He's got the thermal Remington out. He's also going to go ahead and grab the bomb as well. As if you are new to watching Freight S&D in Call of Duty Ghost, A is the primary target. You're only going to see B most likely hit on a rare occasion. I think it's fair to say whether it's at the beginning of a round you'll see it, or toward like the ending if we're like in a 2-on-2 or 2-on-1, you might see the offensive team make that push toward B, or at the beginning of a round you'll see it push toward underground. No one near the underground side, or I'd go ahead and show that. Actually, I can hop in here real quick and show you guys the underground area that you can peek to go, since we have free cam enabled just through here. That's how you get to the B side. Free cam is great. I love free cam. It's so good. I want it in the next title. Michael Condry at Michael Condry, please. I ask for it every year, and it hasn't happened since Advanced Warfare. So I'm really hoping that maybe Sledgehammer will give it to us again. Who knows? Ramby finding a nice shot there on Formal, as it will now be a 2-on-2. Hugs and Aquanic from GoldBlood need to get around on the board here soon, as it looks like Aquanic will shut down one, and now Ramby pistol up close. Can he find the shots? Yes. Nice precision there onto Aquanic. And Ramby with this bomb. Playing very aggressive, not going to go for the plant here, and he's not going to have enough time to get that one off. So Hugs, as long as he can stay alive and not reveal his position, he's going to be good to go. And yeah, that's going to be the first round for the side of GoldBlood. A near 1-on-2 there for Ramby. He has the nice pistol shots on to Aquanic, but in the end, doesn't go for the bomb plant, and, you know, while it is in what looks like an odd play in the end, it was a high-risk, high-reward play. Just doesn't really work out for him in that situation. So, regardless, I think it's only fair that we do stay on board with Ramby, currently sitting at 6-0, yet to die. He's definitely been the X factor for his team up to this point. As we're seeing a number of different stuns being tossed. I'm not exactly sure where all those are coming from. I guess just every player, most likely. Nades, stun, tacticals, lethals, everything being tossed. And it looks like Ramby's about to find the first blood, potentially, but no. Peeks that one, fires a few shots, but that player from GoldBlood was able to hop out of dodge and will stay alive for now. Formal being made for a first blood yet again, this time coming in from Skillosis. And a Quantic player on just the other side of that wood pile. Thing is who's going to swap the other first? Both see each other at the exact same time. A Quantic goes for the challenge, finds that, and immediately peeks out, has his teammate Hugs just toward his right. So they're going to venture in here toward red. That one will work out in their favor as well. So working as a team right now is the side of GoldBlood, and it's working out for them very well. And the flawless Ramby, last alive. Jump shots coming in from Hugs, but he'll get dropped. However, the first death will hop on the board for Ramby, as we'll now be level at 2 rounds apiece. And Twerk exchanging those shots from the side. And had that window not been there for Ramby, it definitely could have looked a little bit better for his situation. However, it does drop. And heading into round number 5, we've got some players to be looking out for. Ramby from the side of ABC, and from the opposite side of GoldBlood, you've got a Quantic currently sitting at 6-3. And tossing a pre-nade here toward just outside of red, but the aggressive push not happening on that side. It's actually on the other, as Tarzan will wrap back around. So not what I thought was going to be an aggressive push, but Tarzan still playing fairly far up in a normal position. Thankfully, he has those trains to his cover. Player just toward his left, quick to shut him down. That will be Hugs, who finds both at the end. I try to switch over to his perspective as quick as I could, but before I can even switch over toward him, he's already got the shots in play. Finds one, and a nice peek off toward the right as well, while taking fire. We'll find those 2 snipes. That's, I believe, what, 3 rounds? I think 3 rounds in a row, right? Am I correct on that? I think so. 3 rounds in a row toward the side of GoldBlood, so making a nice little comeback here. As we're going to look on board with the offensive team, which will be GoldBlood, of course. I always find Freight offensive push is very interesting just because it's like, how do you approach the A side? It's the one that everyone knows you're going to go for, as Teddy Rex finds 2 off the start. Just coming off that wood pile, and Skillosis looks like he bounces on the end of this ledge. Who knows? You don't actually need the other leg to be on the building, apparently. One leg strong enough. Skillosis doing it all. At least finding the ending kill, that's all he has to do. As back and forth we go, man. Back and forth. As, like I said, I was talking about before the end of that round. It's always very interesting to see how offensive teams kind of approach this A site. What's the exact nade spots? What are the stuns looking like? And it's an aggressive push underground is what Hugs tries to make. Tarzan holds the line and thankfully will win that gunfight toward his team. It looks like a Quantic holding a very nice angle, watching underground, being aware of that, but Skillosis spots him. Skillosis knows exactly what that angle is being held at, and this should be at least a free plant. 2 on 4, and Twerk is actually coming from the flank here. He's going to play, I don't want to say passively, but uses great trigger discipline. Formal comes from the opposite side, and Twerk just passes one player. Twerk literally just ran past, I believe that was Teddy Rex. So it seemed like a very high potential for a round to go to ABC123. Then turns into a potential retake coming in from GoldBlood. And then Twerk runs past a player, which was Teddy Rex. And now Teddy Rex is going to plant the bomb because now he's a free site because Twerk left it. Interesting round. Twerk, this is exactly where he was about 30 seconds ago. He finds one on Ramby. Position known. Teddy Rex, watching that angle, gets stunned, has to back up, has the advantage of having that head glitch. Teddy Rex going for the challenge, as well as Twerk, who's going to win this engagement. It looks like Teddy Rex trying to escape. He's able to stay alive for now. And does Twerk hop on the bomb is the question. And no, he's not going to do that. Teddy Rex goes for the quick check. And a nice angle right now for Teddy. He should be able to secure this round. Twerk has no idea where he is. And you have to make a quick reaction to this play in order to secure the round. And no, not going to go his way. Teddy Rex will win that one, narrowly escaping as him and Twerk see each other actually about a minute earlier. As COD Timing likes to play its tricks on us. As it will now be 4 rounds to 3. Advantage again in favor of ABC. 123. So playing pretty well right now is Teddy Rex as of recently. Ramby as well, currently sitting with the most kills, not just for his team, but in the lobby. As he's looking toward that crate side spot somewhere in the top white. Can he finish off the gunfight is the question. Yes, hit markers equaling out to a kill. As Aquanic will be sitting in that respawn screen, hoping for his teammates to close out this round and to not be on the back foot. As Remy finds yet again another one. That one now on Formal. Formal being pretty silent in this map, number 1, sitting at 3 and 7 right now. So him and Aquanic having to rely on Twerk and Hugs just to try and make the round count a little bit easier. This is a huge round if you are the side of GoldBlood. 5-3 to 4-4 is much different, and Twerk can't finish off the gunfight. Thankfully, challenges back. At the same time, Hugs shutting down Teddy Rex, so a 2-on-2. Ramby sitting at 11 and 3, spots someone. Can he finish off the gunfight is the question, but no. I think that's actually Hugs. Or no, it's Twerk who ends up staying alive in that situation. And I have no idea how Twerk has been able to stay alive at numerous times, as it looks like Hugs, who was trying to maybe go for that plant, ends up dropping. Twerk shuts down 1. Only 12 total bullets, 4 in the clip right now. Has to go for the immediate plant. This should be a round for Tarzan, but no, Tarzan doesn't check that site. He doesn't check the site, so he backs up. He's going to try to reinitialize this. As Tarzan does spot him just over toward that side crate. This should be an easy gunfight for him to secure. As he knows he's in that corner. Can he finish off the gunfight? Yes, he does. Exactly that. Shuts down Twerk, and that's now going to be the side of ABC, who will be up 5 rounds to 3. And are going to be on map point here on Freight. And Ramby sitting at 11 and 4, playing very, very well. Just underneath him as far as score is considered, only 50 points behind is Teddy Rex. Has 5 less kills and 2 more deaths, but has those 2 plants. As we're going to look on board with Ramby, swapping out that Remington on defense for Vector on offense. And could be making an aggressive rush here in toward red. Fires through that building. It looks like we will see a trade come into play. So a gunfight 1 for Ramby, but a nade coming in from Twerk will even things down to a 3-on-3. Tarzan and co. losing another member. That one's Teddy Rex now. So him and Skillosis for map 1. 2-on-3. Tarzan spots one off just toward the left and shuts down Formal. That's a big gunfight victory there. And Skillosis is behind enemy lines. If he spots the barrel, can he finish off the gunfight? No, just one more bullet needed, and we'd see a 1-on-1. But in this case, Tarzan thankfully has the bomb, so while he is on offense, that's not a positive to have. He at least does have that bomb. Plants for an interesting side. Could go for... Where's he going to go to is the question. I thought he was going to try to go in this first story and kind of peek out where Teddy Rex did in the prior round. Shuts out Aquanic. And now 1-on-1. Tarzan versus Hugs. Hugs currently coming from behind. Can he spot him? Spots him inside of red right now. Can he finish up the gunfight? But yes, Hugs will be there. And in very high-pressure situation, Hugs will be there for the 1v1 win, which will at least give another round toward the side of GoldBlood. As it was an interesting plant there from Tarzan. I thought he might try to plant for the opposite side and maybe sit on, I don't know what you call that exactly. I guess like that wood area. I'm not even sure, like the wood pile maybe. But no, doesn't do that. Plants for the an opposite side, and unfortunately gets bad timing. And it's Hugs who finds him inside of fire. And it looks like the offensive team here will be GoldBlood, making that be hit. And if you are right now the set of ABC, you start to get a little bit curious as to what's the delay. But at the same time, Aquanic shuts down Ramby. So if you are the defense team, you see someone from the opposite side shutting you down inside a middle. You hear the gate open. Where's the push coming from? Tarzan finds one, and now Hugs needs to try and stay alive here. Can't afford to drop, as Formal will shut down him. Teddy Rex in a 1-on-3. And I cannot explain how big of a kill Aquanics was at the start of this round. Gave a little bit of a delay, as ABC didn't exactly know what to expect when it came down to this round. Very well executed. Perfect timing, really, for GoldBlood, as Formal will find at least the ending 2. As we are headed to a round 11, a decent comeback actually coming in from the side of GoldBlood. What seemed to be ABC's match to lose can now actually turn into that. That could be the case. And they will be on offense as well. So with that, taking a look at Tarzan. He's got the objective in hand. 2 players immediately going underground. This is important to look at. Both Hugs and Aquanic doing such. 1 player on the opposite side. This is going to be Ramby. He's going to hear this, as both players will rotate back. That push underground does not go to plan. Twerk shuts down Tarzan, the man with the objective, so plants the bomb down and immediately drops. Aquanic drops from the side, and it looks like Twerk does as well. 2-on-3, man disadvantage right now toward the side of GoldBlood, but quickly turned around. Formal finds one. Sitting up top 3, player just toward his far right side, the bottom right of his screen. His head nearly pops out. And Hugs is going to hop on the defuse. Formal just has to watch over him. He's on top 3. You can see the entire map. He spots one. Can he find the second is the question. Yes, he'll find that. And the defuse will come in. Formal watching over Hugs for the defuse. As I don't know how, after we were looking at Formal, I think he was like 3 and 8 at one point. Comes back for, I think, 5 or 4 straight kills. Sits in a great angle at top 3. You can see the entire map and watches over for his teammate Hugs, who grabs the defuse. What a game to watch for map number 1, as we see another round 11. I think our first series of having 2 round 11s and then a 6-0. Hoping this will not be the case for this series, but still a very interesting map number 1, which, like I said, will go GoldBlood's way. Not an easy round to take by any means. Map number 2 will be Search and Destroy on Octane. We've already seen some snipers be pulled out. Fully expect to see that yet again happen, especially when it comes down to a big map like Octane. Be looking out for guys, at least on the side of GoldBlood, who I've been able to watch, like Hugs, Formal as well. Curious to see from the side of ABC who will do that. So it should be a very interesting one to watch, guys. Like I said, map number 2 between ABC and GoldBlood when we return. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ghost 44 Search and Destroy only here on UMG Online, live from the UMG studio. It is the date of September 12th. I just got to mention that for the, because Landon likes to edit the VODs along with our production team. Got to remember the dates. It's also nice to kind of mention that before things do start off. But of course, do a number of different tournaments. Of course, our Ghost tournaments have been high priorities as of recently, as we do prepare for the upcoming World War II title. We're heading back to the boots being on the ground. Everyone's excited, including myself. Very stoked. I think that's what the kids say nowadays. Stoked, not sure. The kids nowadays, what am I saying? I'm a child. I'm a child at heart. As we are in the quarterfinals currently, map number 1 ended up going to a round 11 overtime, and that went to a GoldBlood, as we end up seeing a very interesting overall map. The map count of overtime definitely does it justice. It was a very high pressure match, to say the least. As Ramby shuts down Hugs, I believe that Tarzan just spotted someone. Or am I crazy? Was that his teammate? I'm not even sure. I thought it was. Either way, Ramby continued to do some work with that sniper rifle. I think this was a 2-on-3 or 2-on-4. And now it's all up to Formal. In a 1-on-2, bomb is not in his possession. He's going to have to at least find a few kills. Shuts down Ramby, and it looks like we do have a timeout coming in from Hugs. So we'll see what the word call is as far as the round count. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ghost 44 Search and Destroy only. Myself, Lando, guiding you guys through the action. Have a quick update for you guys. A little bit of a restart. Had a little bit of issue getting a player in a lobby. However, that has been resolved. And we are going to be playing from a 1-round advantage toward the side of ABC123, as Quanic trying to quickly even things back up to a level playing field. Finds 2 already in the round, and could be going for the ace as Teddy Rex finds one. Aquanic says, I'll take the 3rd as well. Has the nade already cooked. And Ramby is here in the back. Will shut down one, but Hugs will immediately be there for the trade. So the hat trick in round 2 by definition, there for Aquanic. As this one will be now at 1-1 in Hugs. I don't know how he ends up seeing the head so quickly, but regardless, nice shot. That's why they're playing and I'm not, because I would never be able to hit that shot. I feel like my thumbs would shake after like just being in such a very close area like that, such a narrow corridor to hit, but still. Ramby looking for the pre-snipe from bottom gas, not going to be found for him, as like I said, heading into this map number 2, got to be aware of those snipes. As Teddy Rex will find that first blood, Hugs wraps back for the bomb. It's gunfight continuing to go down. Aquanic continuing that aggression. As players actually coming from either side could be picked off if the pinch does come into play. At the same time, Tarzan shuts down Hugs coming from Strip, and now it's all up to the Formal. And a 1-on-4 narrowly shuts down Tarzan. As this will not be an easy clutch, to say the least. 3 players left. The bomb not in the best position, one where he can definitely grab it, but at least it is currently open. After firing those shots, it does reveal his location. And right now it's Ramby watching the push that could be coming into Strip. I'm not sure they know that bomb is down at the moment. At least the securities, at least that Formal might have it. Not fully aware of that, and it should be Tarzan who can shut down Formal from behind, but Formal trying to escape inside the bomb site, can't find that one, and Teddy Rex will be able to pick up him. So at least after 2 rounds of play, Teddy Rex already finding 4 kills in a total, and adding in that final kill cam in the +1 category of that kill total, like I said. So currently 2 rounds to 1 in favor of ABC123. As if you guys are just joining us, map number 1 ended up going to a round 11, in which case GoldBlood, they were actually GoldBlood last week. They were able to win that one in very close fashion. Insane map number 1. As the side of ABC, not trying to go out like that. Just take a quick look at the A side, just for good measure. Aquanic finds the first blood. Quickly responded there. It does come from the side of ABC. They shut down Formal. As a lot of players in a very narrow space over at B. 5 players out of the 6, as now all 6 are joined up. Hugs finds one. That one's on Tarzan. It looks like Teddy Rex shuts down Aquanic, so now a 2-on-2. Twerk ends up finding one, actually finds up 2 as well. So interesting situation. It's kind of hard to call out exactly the strategical moments, because you do have literally the entire lobby sitting about 3 feet away from one another. It makes it kind of hard to call out. It's just a matter of timing and 1v1 gunfights. Whoever gets first aim, first bullet. And it looks like that does go the way, thankfully, for Twerk. He does secure that round for the side of GoldBlood. So now we're level at 2 rounds apiece. Hugs now with a sniper rifle in hand, trying to watch that cross coming in from side Strip. He's not going to get a line sight on anyone as of now, as it looks like shots already coming in from Twerk yet again. So late round heroics continuing into future ones, as he will find one, quickly gets traded. Formal falls, so does Aquanic. Hugs 1-on-3, sniper rifle in hand, as he's going to have to do his best to try and find a weapon off the ground. Not okay, so he does not grab anything, I don't think. And does get spotted out. So receiving some shots. Thankfully, does have the bomb. I do not believe that he has a weapon in his back pocket. Has not picked up a Vector or Remington off the ground. So he's going to need to rely, I was going to say, on long-range engagements, but now has that Vector. Spots one in bottom gas. Picks off Ramby, so his position is known. He realizes he doesn't have a whole lot of time. Teddy most likely spots him, and I think so did Hugs. Did Hugs see him? Hugs goes for the challenge toward top pawn. And now Teddy just has to try and escape with his life, and Teddy smartly going over toward this B site. The question is, can Hugs get here in time to plant the bomb down? He's not going to be able to get there, so this is going to be a round secured for Teddy and co. What looked like a 1-on-3 potential comes in from Hugs. He doesn't immediately go for the A challenge. He waits, and rightly so does, get some shots on Teddy, but Teddy's able to hop out of dodge just in time. So a very interesting round one that definitely looked that it should have gone the way of ABC and ends up going that way, but was not as easy as it originally looked. 3 rounds to 2. Right now for the side of ABC, as the nade comes in from Tarzan. Does have that objective in hand. Teddy Rex just above him. Should be able to at least fire some hit markers away. Can't finish off the gunfight, but no. Thought he was going to actually finish that one off, but doesn't in the end. So Tarzan and Teddy both running from above. Teddy Rex ends up finding that kill. Formal, I was going to say in back-to-back maps, has a slow, at least a slow start. I think it's fair to say. Hugs, or Formal ended up picking it up toward the end of that Freight. And actually finds the last 2 kills on Freight as well to secure the round. So at least slow starts from Formal on back-to-back maps. Maybe he could be the X factor that does give GoldBlood a 2-0 in the series. Hugs 1-on-2 back-to-back rounds where he has to clutch. And he's in a spot where, given the correct timing, definitely could have found both of those players. But it's starting to look less and less likely that he will find this one. Position should be known in a matter of moments. Tarzan should see him from the side, and Hugs just going to exchange a few shots. Actually gets the nice explosion there. Fires through the wall, does Hugs. And no, that was a very, very solid round out of Hugs, though. You got to give the man some credit in these clutching situations. You cannot let him have this time or these opportunities. Nearly clutches a 1-on-3 in the prior round, and nearly does at least a 1-on-2 in this one as well. Does the nice shots to that tower to get the explosion kill, and immediately fires through that wall to try to find the second, and immediately hops on the bomb as well without even finding the kill, hoping that last bullet would connect. Unfortunately for him, it does not. As we're going to stay on board with him, of course, as per usual, to watch that cross. We'll see if we can find the first blood. It looks like his teammate Twerk will actually find that one, so swaps back to the Vector. As Aquanic not finding anything as of yet, as it will be a 2-on-3 man disadvantage for ABC123. Just as I say that, Ramby picking off one with a sniper. That one yet again is Formal. Skillosa sitting up top, strip. Ramby making his wraparound here toward the backside of B, as they will join forces, and we'll see if Ramby can pick off one with the sniper rifle. Fires the shot, so position is known, at least where one player is. And I think Hugs actually ended up getting a shot with that. I didn't actually see the hit marker comes through. And Ramby doing some nice jumps and spots. Hops in. Pistol in hand. Skillosa's watching the other side, but they don't realize that they both jumped out. They've jumped out of the situation. Player on the bomb. Ramby finds that, and Aquanic from behind just has to defend this one for a little bit longer. There's one player that's on the site right now going for the defuse. Needs to finish him off. Can he find the kill? Yes, he does, but no, Skillosis will shut him down just in the nick of time. And I believe he is going to have this defuse with only about a second to spare, as Skillosis will find that gun engagement, clutches the 1-on-1, but a very narrow win in the end, as it will now be, by definition, 5 rounds to 2 in favor of ABC123. So only one more round to force the map number 3, as the backs are now against the wall. If you are the side of GoldBlood, we're going to be taking a look at their perspective right now, as they will be on defense. Twerk doing some nice damage off the start, finds one on the cross, and finds one on Teddy. That's the one player that you definitely want to shut down. As Hugs makes the aggressive rush, Tarzan with that objective on his back will even things out at a 3-on-3. One player in top strip. It looks like that was, yeah, it's either Twerk or Formal, both of them with sniper rifles out. And he's looking right now with Skillosis. The thing is that they aren't together. They're opposite sides of the map. Tarzan taking some shots. And with Skillosis coming from behind, it could work out. It's just interesting pushes being made, and Skillosis has the intuition, turns around, and actually at the same time, Tarzan ends up finding a kill on Twerk. So Aquanic now in a 1-on-2. What looked to be like a very odd push from Skillosis and Tarzan being on opposite sides of the map. They over time pick off the side of GoldBlood. And now the bomb is down on A, and Aquanic with the Remington has to try and close this one out. Up close and personal gunfight. He doesn't win that. And that's going to be the game. Toward the side of ABC123. So I can't take it seriously whenever I say ABC123. I'm just like trying to like solidify like, okay, that was a solid victory, and then just the team name just kind of ruins it for me. Either way, the victory toward the side of ABC, as they will win this one at 6 rounds to 2. And they're going to even this series at 1-1. Just running this one down in my notes just to make sure I get that one correctly. We're good to go. Map number 3, though, will be S&D on Warhawk. To be honest, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to say GoldBlood. I'm going to say GoldBlood wins map 3, 6 rounds to 4. I think they're going to win this one 6 rounds to 4. It's hard for me to predict the set of ABC123, honestly, just because I haven't been able to watch them too much. But, you know, it could go either way. It really could. And I hate to say that because it's such a caster thing to do. But the way that Ghost works, the way that these S&D guys are and how talented they are, definitely it makes it hard to predict. But one thing that I got to see out of GoldBlood, if Formal's not playing the way that, or if Formal's playing the exact same way that he has, at least from a starting perspective in the last 2 maps, it's going to be very difficult for the side of GoldBlood to walk away with a victory in map 3 and advance forward to semis. I think if we see a strong performance from Formal come out, I think they could definitely take the victory. But, you know, if you're the side of ABC123, as long as you're keeping that man down and kind of making it seem as like a constant 4-on-3, you can definitely walk away with the victory and make this 0-2 or 0-1 comeback in this best of 3. So yeah, guys, we're gonna have map number 3 underway. It's going to be S&D on Warhawk. Who will close it out? Will it be ABC? Will it be GoldBlood? We'll find out at the end of this commercial break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ghost 4v4 Search and Destroy only. We're heading into map number 3 between ABC123 and GoldBlood in our quarterfinals matchup. Of course, winner advances to semis. Loser goes home. 1 map to decide it all. We're already hopping in here toward round number 1. First blood being granted toward the side of ABC. And it looks like Formal finds a nice nade actually onto Teddy Rex. Actually, that's onto Tarzan, excuse me. As Teddy Rex being involved in that kill feed just drops. And now it's all left up to Hugs in a 1-on-2. Looks like one player immediately going for the defuse, so he's going to find that one. And Hugs will just kind of chill up here for good measure. Ramby just going to fire some shots to let that one be known. And a very interesting round, to say the least. Hugs just kind of chilling up there. Had 20 seconds left, and not that he has the intuition, maybe try to play a little bit of devil's advocate that they wouldn't actually go for that one. And it does not work out in his team's favor. So an early round for the side of ABC, as they did just kind of gain the momentum as far as the series is considered. One last map in total 6 rounds to 2, so gotta be feeling good. Nade just off to that left. If Hugs could have, maybe ADS just over toward the side, could have found that one. As this man disadvantage now could turn into an even if Formal is able to spot that player who was over toward A. At the same time, Teddy Rex shuts down Hugs. So 1-on-3 for Formal. If he can find the remaining players, it would be an ace as well. 45 seconds left. Thankfully is on defense, but that advantage of being on that particular role soon will change, as that bomb should be going down here shortly from Ramby. Of course, the smoke is down. And Formal, if he was able to go through bricks, that would be his best opportunity to maybe at least pick off a player early. Butts one toward his right, and he can't find that one. Would have dropped either way. I think it was Skillosis who was coming around the corner. So, either way, shots come in, bomb gets planted, and Formal will drop a decent opportunity. And like I said, had that nade at the beginning of the round came in from Hugs, had Formal been able to find that player on American, it could have been a different round, but just different moments, and really the little things do decide rounds when it comes down to really COD in general, but Ghosts as well. As early 2 rounds going toward the side of ABC. And it looks like one player checking that A site. This could be the first blood going down early, as Formal most likely spots someone coming on the flank. Yes, so drops Ramby. And now Formal is going to have this mid-map kind of area locked down, and no, I don't. What was my react? What was my voice doing just then? I don't know what exactly my voice just did, but I was surprised that Formal did not win the gunfight. Not sure why I couldn't say that. My mouth just kind of formed into like a, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that was. I'm not sure. Either way, I was very surprised that that Tarzan won that gunfight. So props to Tarzan, as he's gonna have to do it all. 1-on-2, bomb down. And Hugs will find both of those. I feel like every time I see Hugs kill someone from the opposite perspective, it's just like they die in seconds. Not even a big deal for Hugs. Wraps back around. Just on Tarzan as well. So finally a round on the board for GoldBlood. A much needed one at that. As we're already taking a look at the scorecard on our top right, you can obviously see Formal there. Currently sitting at 3-3. I was talking about before we headed to a commercial break that I really wanted to see Formal have a strong performance. And when it comes down to really COD in general, as Formal heading through bottom Gina's at the moment, looking through Antique spots one, nearly had the opportunity for a collateral. I was saying that he needs to have a strong performance, and like I said, for this guy, for literally known as one of the best COD players of all time, especially as of right now in his career, it's not a normal thing to say that. Of course, we all have our off moments, or our off series, but this guy can turn up. That's the reason and the way that the set of GoldBlood can bring this one back, finding 2 kills already in the round. Sniper rifle still in hand, and could spot the third. There's the hat trick. Once the ace. Tarzan, the last one alive. And back-to-back rounds. We'll see if he can try to clutch this one out. And the shots will come in from Twerk, and it looks like Formal will find the defuse. So a hat trick, a defuse. And this one's now level at 2 rounds apiece. Matthew Piper doing the work with the USR. And not looking back. His Formal currently sitting at 6 kills. And actually has more than his entire team's combined, actually. The other 3 players only combining for 5. As we're going to stay on board with Formal heading into this round number 5. As he's going to peek into bottom Gina's. Question, does he see anyone? He's not going to spot anyone, at least for the time being. Teddy Rex gets spotted for that first blood. Twerk finding that. And if we know anything from Twerk, he can definitely light it up when it comes down to the scoreboard quick. Gets that stun with the nade. Firing through the wall, just misses that one. Peeks around the corner and can't finish off the gunfight. Skillosis will be there at the same time. Tarzan finds one as well. And now it's all up to Aquanic. And his position is known. He's got to try to fire his way out of this one, taking bullets left, right, and center. 1-on-2. Rambi and Skillosis both knowing of his exact positioning. And as Aquanic grabs back, he could grab this bomb and try to escape out of this position. So he knows at least where 2 angles they can come from. One could be here, finds Rambi, and now he either knows that Aquanic is getting ready to rush him or that he's going to be on a full-fledged flank. Triple Fs, and that's exactly what he's doing. Quick flank coming from Bricks as Skillosis will find Aquanic. And Aquanic in that position just really doesn't exactly know where that player's position could be coming from. Tries to go for the early rush to try to catch him off guard, but in the end, Skillosis will be there. So nice trade coming in. As that was a very interesting kind of combination. I think Tarzan might be coming from the flank or maybe came from Bricks or so. As we will see the host in the round. And we will get word on that yet again, what exactly is taking place. And the welcome back, boys and girls. It's been a hard fought trying to get this series to be broadcasted for you guys. We ended up having an issue with the communication for one of the squads. Of course, that has been resolved, and we will be playing from 3 rounds to 2, so a 1-round advantage toward the side of ABC123. Do not fret, production is getting the overlay set up for you guys, so major shout out to the production here from the UMG studio. And after every round, I'll go and recap it for you guys just to be safe, to make sure we're both on the same basis. So 0-0, not exactly what we're playing at by any means. As Twerk and Rambi both combining for kills on their opposite sides. And Skillosis left in a 1-on-3 as he will get met with some bullets coming in there from Aquanic. So now it will be 3 rounds to 3. I almost said 4 rounds to 2. 3 rounds to 3. As Aquanic will secure that one. And kind of what we were looking at toward the end before we ended up having a restart was Formal playing very, very well. Was looking pretty solid. And I thought that was personally the reason why we were seeing GoldBlood have the success that they were. And it's heading into this round number 7. Nade damage already coming into play as Hugs with that objective, that smoke guiding the way. He's going to be greeted with a nice little stun. And I was going to say, he might wait just a little bit before he tries to hop off that bomb, but no, he's going to be ready in waiting position. Already earned. Skillosis shuts him down. as it will be a 2-on-2. Half the lobby dropped. As Aquatic and Twerk both near that bomb. We'll see how the retake will come into play. Rami and Tarzan from their respective sides going to have to go big for the team. Tarzan will not be able to pick up those players from behind, so I immediately thought after Rami drops that Tarzan could be there for the cleanup. And this is a great play from Twerk, because Twerk, in the middle of being shot at, or at least having his position known, doesn't turn around. He doesn't even turn around. He stays looking the exact same angle that he was prior and doesn't get his eye off the prize, to say the least. So major props to both Aquatic and Twerk, who, of course, after the restart, have found 7 out of the 8 kills that it took to win those 2 rounds. So, with that being the case, currently 4 rounds to 3 in favor of GoldBlood. And stuns coming out from either side. Rambi will have his ADS set at a better position to find that one on Twerk. Switching over toward Tarzan, should find this player if he does peek out of 10. And tempting Tarzan right now. If he just were to fire a bullet and move his ADS just toward the right, he could find him. That will not be the case. Actually finds one over in Water Tower and finds the second in the end. Tarzan, it works out perfectly for him. As now it's just all left up to Hugs in a 1-on-4, waving the white flags, and Teddy will be there for the pickup. So now 4 rounds to 4. As ABC is finally able to get on the board after the reset. That's what it took. Tarzan going big. We were waiting for him to fire those bullets on that player just on the opposite side of 10, and waits, plays his position really, honestly, perfectly. And had he shot those bullets, you'd most likely expect that after that happens, his position gets revealed, and probably that player out of Water Tower ends up finishing him off. So it's probably great and actually a very good spot, kind of a blessing in disguise that he doesn't end up firing those bullets away. So makes the best out of what could have been a bad situation, or an even situation, really, to call it the least. As they're looking on board with Formal right now, making the full rotation. He actually earns the interest of Rambi. So Rambi hops off the bomb to try and find Formal, and Formal, due to playing so aggressively off of that flank toward an offside hit, will end up being traded, but in the end gets the bomb down securely. And another flank coming in. This one could be from Twerk. If he can at least find one on the flank, that'd be big, but no, immediately fires a bullet, drops after that. So the flanks coming in from the side of GoldBlood aren't going to work out every time. Stun out, so delay coming in. As I love this play from Hugs. One player inching his way toward the site. Fires to the fence, and yes, you can wallbang that one as Hugs finds one. Aquatic now coming from the side. Spots one player on the defuse, but quickly hops off. And hops back on it again. Aquatic finds one. Tarzan, does he stay on the defuse? No, he has to go for the rush. And he realizes he doesn't have enough time, as they're just not even going to shoot each other. As Aquatic feeling pretty good about that one, and Tarzan not convinced. He's not happy with that one. As what an interesting round to close things out, but the one that really caught me off guard was the fact that we ended up seeing such an early rush from Formal. He earns the interest of Rambi, and Rambi doesn't even realize that. He thinks that Formal was just going on a flank, not actually securing a bomb plant to go down. He doesn't realize that the site's being cleared out, and he ends up dropping for that. So major play there. And Formal honestly doesn't really have to do a whole lot with his gun skill, just has to, just his overall positioning. His player model does all the work. As it, I believe, will now be 5 rounds to 4, advantage to GoldBlood. As the nade coming in from Aquatic at a long range, will it get any hit markers? It does, but no kills coming forward. Hugs finding one on Rambi to start us off. And only one more round needed for the set of GoldBlood to close out this series. Teddy Rex trying to prevent that one. Shutting down Twerk. Shots coming in from Bricks. And here comes Teddy Rex trying to finish him off. Can he find the gunfight? But no, not going to be there. And now it's all left up to Tarzan. The series rests on his shoulders. He's been the hottest man since the restart. Can he get the knife? No, not going to be there. And Formal will find him in the one-on-one. Can he get the defuse? And yes, he will do exactly that. As that should be the game set in stone, I do believe. As it should be GoldBlood who does win this one at 6 rounds to 4. As that was a very, very fun series to watch, to say the least. As this one nearly goes the distance. and like I said, does go the way in the end of GoldBlood. So kind of recap the entire series for you guys to kind of break things down as far as how everything kind of did line out. For map number 1, we ended up seeing S&D on Freight, in which case we saw a round 11 where ABC123 was up. They were leading. We ended up seeing a big comeback. Actually, in the final round, we ended up seeing a kind of a, I don't really know what you would call it, but Formal was basically a top 3, kind of watching over for Hugs in a 2-on-2 scenario. I think it was an overall 2-on-3 in which they ended up clutching that one out in the final round and secured the game 1 in their favor. ABC123 ends up taking S&D on Octane in map number 2, 6 rounds to 2, so pretty dominant fashion. They easily could have won this one in a 2-0. And then we ended up seeing a map number 3 where this one went back and forth, but in the end it was GoldBlood who came out after the restart and did not look back. Of course, we don't really have a whole lot of stats to look at after the restart, but we obviously can look at Tarzan's number 7-3 after the restart. Played very, very well, but unfortunately for him, cannot lead the team to a victory.